Welcome back, KCAA listeners. This is the James Kane Experience, and I'm your host, James Kane. And here next to me is my inner circle, sometimes my subconscious, Skittles.
Hello. How y'all doing today?
And Shy Shy.
And Shy Shy.
Hello.
That's nine. They called nine.
And the boss.
Hi.
Okay, there we have it. Yes, I'm gonna bring in my special guest. Her name is Sister Wanda Lane. She is a family, a licensed family therapist. And I would like to bring her in on our topic today in segment one. What do you think? And today's topic is the core of grief a result of an addiction? So yes, Joe, can you bring in Miss Wanda Lane?
Well, Grand Rising, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
How you doing
Thank
today, Wandalin?
I am well. Saturday, another day of work, but all is well.
That's great, great. Thank you for well, we're honored and we're privileged that you can come on the radio with us today and give us some of your valuable time. Yes, I was informing the listeners that you is a licensed family therapist. Could you let the listeners know where your practice is at and how long you've been in practice?
Yes, most definitely. Um, so my practice name is Insight Services Professional Clinical Counselors. It is in San Bernardino, California, in kind of a Pacific location, right on South Waterman and Orange Show. I've had my private practice now 6 years, going on 7, but I need to just share I've been in mental health about 20 years, and I've been in the health field over 40 years.
Wow.
So I have been doing this for a little bit.
Yes. Yes, thank you for that. So, listeners, you see, James Kane's not playing. I'm bringing in heavyweights today. So, Miss Wanda Lane,
Yes.
we have a topic today. It's about grief, and I know grief is a very touchy subject. A lot of people out there is dealing with loss, a loss of a job, a loss of a loved one, a loss of in many different ways. So my topic is today is the core of grief and result of an emotional addiction.
Most definitely. So let me just kind of start here. And number one, I like that topic, and I think it's relevant of everything that we're going on right now, just in our communities, in our world. But as you said, this grief as it relates to addiction. Let me start with, there is not a person on the face of this earth will not go through the grieving process, because grief is any loss that we deal with in our lives. And as you mentioned, job, relationship, moving, um, even something that's positive of going from elementary school to middle school. That grief of, I'm now growing up and I am getting bigger and I've got to adjust. So let me pivot to this addiction and those individuals that are using addiction to cope with stress, um, um, emotional hurt and pain, and maybe they've learned addiction because they've seen that as they were growing up. And so when an individual is like have kind of realized this is not what I want to do anymore, and I want to stop this because I want to do something different. Now they have to change that mindset that what I'm doing that has caused me harm is not working, and I've got to let go of that mindset that this is not good for my life, and I want something better. That we've got to come to a realization that we all want great things out of our life. But if we've not been taught that or we haven't experienced that and we think that this is just it and this is the way, and I've got to let go of that, and we've got to go through the process. One of the things that we get stuck on as individuals is being stuck in the grief process. But we've got to go through it. We've got to go through each stage until we begin to manage our life that's going to be productive and positive and healthy for us.
Yes. Now, what brought me to this topic of grief and addiction, I was doing a little research on the words, and with words I love to do the etymology and find the origin of the word, because then it brings it back to life where I know where it comes from and I know where it's going. Now, when you brought in substance addiction, dealing with substance, that was a negative part of addiction that came in the 19th and the 20th century. So before then, the word addiction was devoted, something you were strongly devoted to. And then the word grief was like a hardship that became physical. It was more emotional. And then once I put these two together, I found out that Kubler Ross, I say Miss Ross because I'm terrible with names. She came up with the 5 stages of of grief, and I noticed denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Not in that order, but we'll just put it in that chronological order right now. It's all about what you deal with in some kind of addiction. It can be substance. It can be just, emotional. So I was looking at the devotion of the addiction that causes a person to go through this grief. Now, if we can just cope with the addiction part that we have, maybe it will become easier for someone to deal with the grief they have. Now, like me, I've lost a lot of people in my life, family members, my mother, grandparents, father. So I run from grief. I don't know anyone else. I don't look back. I just keep forward. I keep driving that car. Just picture me driving. Watch out out there, because here comes James. So could you just give us a synopsis of those 5 stages of grief?
Most definitely. And remember, I kind of started with every person on this planet, on this earth, is going to go through grief because there is going to be a loss that we deal with. And it necessarily doesn't have to be negative,
Yes.
but that's just the life cycle. We are going through something. We're getting ready to go through something, and we've come out of going through something. And what she developed is recognizing, Core, that these stages is something that we definitely need to identify. And I give you this example in the first one. If we stay in the stage of denial that there hasn't been a loss, that I have this mindset that I cannot not do this, And so I just keep walking and hitting my head, and I keep believing I can keep walking, but I'll never hit my head. But if I run into the door, I'm going to hit my head. I'm in this denial that understanding that this is happening. This was what has happened, and this is real. So when I accept that I am in an unhealthy relationship that I choose not to get out of, I have lost a loved one, I am, this job is not positive for me. I don't need to be treated like this. When I accept that this is real, now I can make a change that I want to do something different, that I am going to do something different. And remaining in denial, it will and it could cause the anger, cause the rage, cause the frustration, and now I'm acting out in a way that is not best in my interest. We can then, instead of looking at the positive of what I can do that's going to benefit or help, maybe I want to bargain. Maybe I'm going to not look at the positive, but I'm going to even give a little bit more because I want to hold on to what is and what I think, what is not working, what is not good. So I am like, okay, if I give a little bit more, if I don't think about this, then this is not real. And that does have this negative connotation of me deciding that I don't want to work toward a goal or a positive outcome. That can lead to depression. And now I'm in this cycle of hopelessness, of not seeing the positive or what else I can do. Now, if I change that into this has happened, this did happen, I'm giving myself permission to feel I'm sad, I'm hurt, I feel lonely. What I'm gonna do is something every day to allow me to feel different, that builds that hope in me, and now I can accept this new way of life because it is just real. I am a person I understand feelings. Being a therapist is very important, but feelings are up and down. The fact of the life of the matter is whatever that situation is, when I go through it, I got to believe that on the other side, it's going to be better, even if it's different.
Yes, change is very difficult. A lot of us are scared of change, so we stick to what we're used to. Well, I thank you again. While I know your time is very important, and thank you for coming on today to help the people understand a more professional way of dealing, coping, and understanding what grief is and addiction as it applies to each other. If you would like, you can continue listening to the radio show, or
Yeah,
I know you
yeah.
probably have a client that, appointment. So I just want everyone to know this is my therapist, and I go to therapists too. And so we can knock down some of that black man don't go to therapy, don't want better mental health. As you see, she's here and her practice, she gave you, no, hold on. Sister Wanda, can you please give out your practice name and location again?
Yes, most definitely. It is Insight Services, professional clinical counselors. The address is 1254 South Waterman, suite number 44, San Bernardino, California, 92408. And I just want to thank you. I'm honored. I feel privileged, and don't hesitate. I would love to chop it up and talk and have conversations. This has been real good.
Oh, thank you for that, and you know I'll
Thank
be
you.
calling you in again because I know I need you, and people need you, mental health needs you, and it's an honor to have you representing us in the mental health field. Thank you again. This is
All right.
Wandering Lane.
Thank
Now
you.
we will get into James Kane experience on
Yes.
grief and addiction. I'm going to ask my inner circle here a few questions. Well, maybe just one question. Is the core of emotional addiction of somewhat causes grief? And Skittles, could you take two of those?
Yeah, no problem. So one of the hardest parts of both grief and addiction is the anger. In grief, it's that feeling of why did this happen to me. Maybe you found yourself angry at God, at the word, at a doctor, or even at the person who passed away. It feels unfair, and honestly, it is. It is. The anger is really, pain underneath. But it comes out as a rage because it's easy to be mad than to sit with helplessness. And addiction has its own vision of anger. When someone points out the problem, the walls go up. It's like you don't get it, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Sometimes the anger doesn't even go outward, it turns inward. Shame, self blame, the inner voice saying I'm a failure or never change. Both grief and addiction use anger as a shield against something too heavily to face head on. Then there's bargaining. And honestly, this one is sneaky. In grief, it sounds like if only I had done this different, maybe they'll be you still be here. Or even maybe if I just do this or pray hard enough, somehow things will go back to why they were. It's our brain trying to rewrite a story that has already ended. In addition, bargain looks like making deals with yourself. I'll just cut back all only drinks on weekends. That's
Yes, yeah.
I'll stop after this one time.
Most of the time, that's not going to happen.
Exactly. Deep
Yeah.
down, it's the same thing as grief. It's us not being ready to accept the loss, so we try to navigate with reality. So what did you think about Shy?
Actually, I'm gonna touch on depression and acceptance,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
gonna have the boss share about depression first
Okay.
before I talk about
Yeah,
depression
both.
and acceptance.
What you got for us?
As we all know, grief can come with a lot of emotions, and one of those huge emotions that most people know about is depression. Depression, most people usually view depression as sadness or just helplessness or just laziness and people who don't want to come out and stay in a dark room. But that's not true at all. Depression can also be happiness. What I mean by this is because when people go out with their friends, people who have depression, who go outside, who does all these things, they like to put on a mask and conceal there's sadness and the depression inside, but happiness. And that makes people like believe that they're always happy, nothing's wrong with them, that they are just this stable person, and that's not true at all.
Yeah.
And I also think that grief could also, if you already have depression, then it can influence even more, like make it even worse if it wasn't already. And it can also cause depression, which I talked about previously. Um, a lot of people try and underestimate or undermine how powerful grief is, but grief isn't just something just to laugh or talk about or think that it's not something important, because it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it really is. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm going to talk about how, personally, I have gone through grief, and I had to actually go through acceptance before depression. With the loss of my older sister, and how my whole family kind of reacted to it, and me being kind of the peacemaker or the voice of reason in my family, I was kind of in a way forced to be to go through acceptance while everyone else was going through depression. And so I had to, kind of, help move along the decisions to cremate my sister, have a ceremony to, grieve for my sister, mourn the loss of my sister with my family, and a few friends of hers, and then also spread her ashes in a place that would honor her. And that was really hard to do, because like the boss shared, you kind of like sometimes you have to put on a mask so that other people kind of don't see how much you're hurting. And I feel like I accepted the loss of my sister, but I was hurting at the same time. But in order to get all of these things done that needed to be done,
yep.
I had to put on a mask so that I could help everyone else and also get these things done. And then after all of that was done, I think depression kind of just hit me with a ton of bricks. And just kind of like, it was like, for me, what was so saddening was the role that my sister played in my life, and knowing that that role was gone, that she was gone, and feeling hopeless, like, who is going to fill that role, and am I going to be okay with that role not being filled? And because she was very much like someone who, I was very shy, and I was also bullied all the time, and she was the one who was like, stick up for yourself, don't let people talk to you like that. And then me, I felt like, okay, like, who's gonna be that person for me, encouraging me to speak up for myself, and to fight my battles, and that was really hard for me. But I think I made it to a place where I had to just really step into the role for myself. And so that was definitely hard, but it was also something that I needed to go through in my life. So I don't regret it.
Yes, because grief can be inspiring as well as it can be hard to deal with. We can cope with grief. I know myself, as I previously stated, I run from grief, but I have a purpose. And most of us in life, that's what keeps us standing up, is our purpose in life. And mine is to see my kids grow old, to see how their lives turn out for them. The joy of having Father's Day and my grandkids coming over and giving me a hug and calling me Grandpa James. And
Yeah.
it's just wonderful as a parent to age with your children, blossom as you look at each one of them's lives blossoming into their own. Because my uncle told me before he passed years ago, he said, nephew, take your place. The elders is leaving, and we have built you to take the place of the elders now. It's your job. So that's why on the James Kane Experience, I bring these topics so we can talk about it, we can think about it. And in your family, you're that elder. Maybe you're already an elder, and you just need someone to understand you. Well, we're here for you. And if anyone needs someone to talk to, I am a life coach, a friend coach, a religious counselor. You can message me at James Kane Experience on YouTube. Thank you for that. And we'll go into a break. Joe, can you hit him with a beat? Okay, we're back with segment 2. As my previous listeners know, it's called Reading for the Blind. It's not just because I'm visually impaired that I like reading. I like the younger people to talk to their elders and read a book to them. Or parents, read a book to your children. Because you don't have to be physically blind. You can be mentally blind. So that's why it's called Reading for the Blind. The boss, can you read us Genesis 4, 1 through 10?
Okay. Cain and Abel, verse 1. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought the firstlings of his flock and the fat thereof. And the Lord has respected unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth, and why is thy content falling? If thou doesn't well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou does not well, sin lieth at door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, and that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Okay, that's the end.
Okay. Now, let's start off first with Cain told his creator or his boss, am I his keeper? Yes, you are. That's your brother.
Exactly.
He's a part of the family.
Okay.
What do you mean? But there's even more, because grief and his emotional addiction to not giving his creator what he wanted. Abel gave his firstborn. Now, a lot of you may not or do understand the firstborn rights, but we'll get into that at another time. Time doesn't permit. But the firstborn, just think about it. Your first child, you offer it up to your Creator. You can look at it in finances. Your first dollars, when you go to church, they say, give your tenth. That's another thing. Woo, wait till I tell you about the tenth. It's not what you think it is, but it is close. But anyway, Cain's grief brought him to kill his own brother. That's how strong of emotional addiction he had. Now, I'm going to give you something about the blood. Did you hear God say, the blood? There's life in blood. So, can you read Proverbs 14?
Okay. Chapter 14, verse 13, Proverbs. Even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness.
15, 13.
15, 13.
Now, heaviness and sorrow. We'll read one more because I have one more spiritual blessing for you because I like to tie in the celestial with the terrestrial. Not the terrestrial being aliens, no. It's the spiritual
Yes.
and the world as we know it. Please continue.
A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken.
The sorrow of the heart. Now, if you don't get up in the morning and give yourself a prep talk and be positive, how do you think your day gonna? No one done. Your kids didn't do it to you. The man that didn't come fix your washing machine didn't do it to you. It's you with yourself at that moment. Cheer yourself up and say,
Yes.
I can take on this day because thank my Creator for giving me another chance to be a better person, human, or whoever you want to be. Just be better. And that's a part of mental health and grievance. We're going to take one quick break because we want to get into the news.
Yes.
It's a lot going on right now. Ooh. And all you people say, oh, I want to move to Texas. Well, Texas is a great state, but we're going to look at what's going on
Yes.
in these southern states. That everyone's leaving this fine state of California for better pasture. But is it better? Okay, Joe, take us to a break. Yes, welcome back. Let's get into the notes with Shy Shy.
All right. Well, for the news today, people is getting locked up. However, they ain't coming back home.
Not in California, though.
Not in California. All right. So, housing may be cheaper in Texas. However, more than 70 people have died while in custody in the Tarrant County, Texas jail since 2017.
Dang.
These unanswered deaths are sparking outrage, and the sheriff is refusing to appear before the commission to explain what's going on. His reason, Commissioner Elisa Simmons Alyssa Simmons, hostile behavior.
Wow.
Yes.
Also, oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to comment on that?
Yes.
Oh.
70 people. When I was listening to iHeart, the BIN, and I heard this information, I said, 70 people? How did
Yeah.
we get
I know.
to 70 people?
That's a lot.
The ACLU and all the other U's didn't get up and say, wait, hold up. Now, I know, a lot of people saying, okay, them
Yeah.
just some we won't use it, the C word. And okay, they went to jail, and that's where servitude is legal. But 70 people,
That's crazy.
and no one is talking about this. It's on a hush hush, and we haven't had a mass conversation about it. Our leaders haven't said nothing either. These
Nobody.
are just the people that's on the lower levels of news bringing this up.
Yeah.
This is something, to me, is not right. So
No, it's
wherever there's chaos, there's prosperity. We just got to find out who's prospering off these 70 people's
Yes.
death continues.
Exactly. And that led me to another story, actually, further down south in Jackson, Mississippi, where in the late 2023 and early 2024, not that long ago, the public learned that over 200 bodies of mostly black men were buried in unmarked graves behind the Hinds County Penal Farm, which includes the county jail in Jackson, Mississippi. The burial site came to light after Betterston Wade, a Jackson resident, spent months searching for her son, Dexter Wade, who had gone missing in 2023. After discovering her son's fate through a journalist, she learned that an off-duty police officer had fatally hit him and officials had buried his bodies in the pauper's field without proper notification to
Wow.
his family. And when they looked into that, they found that there were 200 other bodies buried in this same field.
That's
it is
crazy.
very sad.
It is.
These people may be going to jail, but they are still human beings and they still have rights. And it's just sad that they were just kind of tossed aside like trash.
Yes, that is sad. It sounds like Willie Lynch's nephew, Johnny Lynch, is at work. And there's a lot going on in Mississippi, and we need to have a conversation about that. We need to get our federal government to start saying, hold up, wait. We need our officials to say, wait. Some of these things we need to address immediately. We can't just continue to let these people, because they're incarcerated, because
Yeah.
these people with these mental illness, these traumas, this grief, these addictions come back out into our society. And guess what? Now they're part of the homeless.
Yep.
Now, do you want your mom, your uncle, your dad to walk down the street and one of these homeless people have a problem because their trauma they can't deal with, they can't get mental health, they don't even know who they are. They was beat in Mississippi but landed in California. I don't know if this is true, but I'm just saying, I hope it's not. But I don't want to be the one walking down with my white cane, somebody bust me upside the head to
Right.
get back on the bus and go somewhere else, and we can't find out who they are, and then my family got to come looking for me. I'm another statistic of
Yeah.
violence.
Yeah.
So let's make our officials, because we vote, we pay taxes.
Yes.
So let's get on these people and let them be aware that we're human too, and we demand respect.
There's a
Anything else?
Yes, with USA Today, U.S. labor market, including among the county's black workforce, the unemployment rate for black Americans hit 7.5% in July, up from 6.1% a year ago and 7.2% the month prior. according to the most recent job report from the Labor Department. The most recent surge follows an eye-popping 13% increase from May to June and puts the metric well above the total unemployment rate of 4.3%. Black women in particular have been seen a dramatic increase in unemployment over the past year from 5.5% to 6.7%. I mean, we out there, we getting jobs. We trying to make, a better life.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, but those jobs, because I was watching that on AFN, and I started noticing that these job slowdown is affecting a lot of people. Now, in our community, it's going to affect you.
Yeah.
And you're going to be the first one to start feeling the pain until someone else starts feeling the pain.
Exactly.
But who do you run to? It's because that's the problem that's we've been trying to address for all these years. We're talking, but when's the results? What is someone's going to do to help not just the successful black communities, but those who ordinary, the workers, the middle class? Because if you look at the middle class, when they drop, then the poor drop. Now, I'm not just saying that it's the people's, other people's. It's not all on them. We have to take accountability and responsibility because what I learned by the professor, Boyce Watkins, is that poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. And when I heard him say that, I said, oh, wow.
Yep.
I never thought of it. All these years I've been on this earth, no one ever put it to me that way. It's because sometimes I don't have to buy that Slurpee and take my last dollar. I can put that dollar up. Now, I was in my Mount Sac finance class, sociology of religion. My professor was saying, make your money work for you. Yeah. So if you're going to save money, take a part of that savings and put it somewhere so it can grow.
Yeah.
Compound interest.
Yes.
Investments. Compound interest.
I agree.
Remember what Einstein said. What is the eighth wonder of the world? Compound interest. So we're going to go next to a short break, and then I'm going to come back with James' weekly sports recap and talk about those Chiefs going down.
Yeah.
The Chargers. Oh, look at the boats. Oh, shoot. Look at the boat. It's thundering in Los Angeles. Barney really from Los Angeles? That's another thought.
No.
And then we'll talk about those Raiders. They're coming. I see it right now. There's ships coming in to New England right now. The Pirates is ready to come.
Oh, wow.
So, give us a break, Joe, and we'll be right back.
That's what.
YouTube streams, like I watch YouTube.
Okay, we're back. Let's get into the sports right now. YouTube, what? Like my daughter was just saying, didn't know the mic was on. So we back here chit-chatting, but we was trying to give everybody a little a break. And so we did that. So YouTube. Woo! We had Thursday night football. It was a good game. Them Cowboys. Tell us about it. America's team. Woo! If that was America's military, they'd be pissed right now because America's team, they worse than the Raiders. They win a lot, but not in the big game. So here's to you. Thumbs up, Cowboys. And what about YouTube? YouTube came in with a wonderful game in Brazil. They're out there showing that they taking their talents to different countries. If we can't pay, because they charge, have you tried to go to a game lately? Ooh, man, I try to go to 2 Raider games a year. Well, they put me on the sideline. I can't even be water boy. And they just, they priced us out of the handicap. Before you get in there, the handicap, I whip out my cane, clink, 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 and try to, hey, man, look, man, hey, I'm on a fixed income. Help a brother out. But they say no, it's all about the people, the haves. But the have-nots, wow. But we do have where we can go tailgate. I mean, it's expensive as it used to be, but not so much expensive. So on YouTube, we can take our YouTube, hook it up to our TV, and watch a game in the parking lot. No one has to know that you didn't go in the game. But you was there. You can talk about, I seen who hit who.
Right,
but
flip
I
some
gotta
burgers.
I have to give to Justin Herbert. He was gunning it. I said, what? Herbert finally stepped up in the big game, toe-to-toe with Mahomes, and they were battling. Oh, man,
that's
they
what I'm
was
talking
like
about.
2 heavyweights like we going to see next weekend. Boxing, Crawford and Canelo. What a Mexican Independence Day.
That's going to be a good one.
We have a major fight. I know you all will be tuning in. But first, tune in to me, James Kane, on KCAA Radio from 4 to 5. Then tune into the fight, and then you'll be all right. Anybody have anything to say about sports before I get to the Dodgers?
Oh no.
No, not really. Oh, well, you're a Raider fan. I'm a Steelers fan.
Steelers.
But we did get some new people, so I want to see what my new people can do on the Steelers. I am looking forward to see my running back, Jaylen Warren. He signed 2 years with us, so let's see what he's working with, see what he can do for the Steelers.
Yeah. Go Steelers.
Oh, I forgot.
Exactly.
Still curtain, huh? Yeah. Anything,
Black and yellow. That's it.
anything else? You don't want to say nothing about your Steelers?
I'm just so excited for us to win.
Yes.
Like,
We play the Jets, though. We do play the Jets.
Okay.
That's gonna be good.
That's gonna
That
be a
might
good
be a
game.
win, but you
Hey.
just got a new
But-
coach.
Yes, they
I'm
do.
just waiting
Is
for
not
us.
playing.
No, he's not. So that I feel like the Jets against us it's gonna be good. The Steelers, it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be tuned in tomorrow, and we'll bring that recap back. Oh, my Dodgers. It's rough right now. They're hanging on to first place. That's the good news. But their performance, I don't know about our defense. Our defense and our bullpen pitching, it's just not where it needs to be, and it's given us some terrible loss. We got swept by the Pirates. Now I remember really
that's
started.
insane.
Yes, it is. Thank you for that. I remember really started, Joe. I remember Barry Bonds before they took his fame and said he was juice. But if you seen him when I did, Barry Bonds was still one of the best baseball players I ever saw. He was very good at his craft, and he worked hard at it. And baseball was fun in the black communities we used to play. I remember going out there, and I'll tell y'all something funny. My mom, when she found out I was visually impaired, back then in the 70s and all that, no one understood that. So I think I'm playing, and I'm playing, eyesight better. Woo! I was playing baseball. Well, the funding part came. My oldest brother, he got to play. My baby brother got to play. So mom said, okay, well, I really can't afford it. Guess what she said? Well, baby, I don't want to see you get hurt. Mom, I'm teaching brothers how to throw a baseball. We playing. I said, okay, Mama, I understand. But
Yeah.
baseball was a part of the black community. We played. We played for Shaky,
Yeah.
Ted Green, Kennedy Park, out here in San Bernardino. We always played baseball. So please don't let someone tell you that baseball is not a part of our community. Look at our Hall of Famers. Look at some of the J.R. Ritchie. I can go on and on. We had some
Yes, we
great. Well, look at Mookie Betts. He's not playing great right now. And that's another topic. Why do we pay all this money in almost $1 billion and we barely hold on to a league? If I pay a dude $700 and something million, I know baseball is a game of failure, but you better get it right majority of the time.
Yeah.
Because all that money, boy, whoo, hot dogs. They must be selling goods because, boy, I tell you, $1 billion is $1 billion. And whoo, a lot of people would want to just see a quarter of that, 1/10 of that, because there's people out here starving. But anyway, that's James's rant. And can't wait for the the Lakers to start. We have it's countdown. Oh, I can't wait to come on Saturdays and talk about my Lakers, purple and gold. Yes, maybe LeBron's last year.
No.
But we'll see. Yeah, he's amazing.
He's amazing,
But Father
but
Time
is kicking him.
I don't know if it's a word, but
I'm gonna cry.
amazinger. Father Time will slow you down.
Exactly.
In seconds.
Them knees don't do like they used to.
Now, at my house, I have like a big backyard. So one day I was running with my 5-year-old. So I was running, and I was really running. So my 5-year-old said, switch, and when you almost 60 and you try to switch, she hit back. Boom. She couldn't get me the long one, but she turned to him. Bam. So I said, and I turned, and it said,
Blue, blue, blue.
ibuprofen. Every muscle in my body said, you have not been exercising. Whoa.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for that. And we're going to bring in some segments that I just want to give you updates on.
Yes.
One is going to be sponsoring us is called Boss Ladies Entertainment Enterprises. This is a business that I started for my daughters and my wife. I thought this business because when I leave, I want them to have something to hold on to. See, I want them to be owners. It's okay to work, but it's better to own. Like this fine radio station, KCAA. Without them owning this radio station, I couldn't come up to you. And I thank them and appreciate that they let me come on their airwave to give you my thoughts along with my family. So we thank you, and we're honored to come in between 4 and 5 on
Yes.
Saturdays to find something common with the people that we all can discuss
Yeah.
and talk about, and maybe we can be in a better place.
Yes.
Well, time is getting away from me, so hopefully you will be back next Saturday before the fight, 4 to 5. Remember, if your life is not going right, restructure, regroup, refocus on what you have left. Thank you again for tuning in to the James Kane Experience. Bye-bye now.
Bye.